And I does think, what the hell is wrong with me? Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Happy BOXYCHARM day. I'm going to be doing a full unboxing, demo, and try on of everything in the April BOXYCHARM box. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. Also, as in every BOXYCHARM video, I will be giving out a full April box as a giveaway. All you need to do to enter is like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below with what your favorite item in the box is or what you're the most excited for. And I'll be picking a winner at the end of the month. Typically, I wait like 2 to 3 weeks. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump right into the box. So obviously my base is already done. We're gonna jump first into the theme card. The theme is Peace, Love, and Boxy. It's very festival vibes, inspired by like Coachella. This is gonna be a lot of fun, but great theme. First item out of the box. I did peek already. I do know what's in here because I wanted to make sure I didn't use anything that I needed. This is going to be a brush trio from Luxie Brushes. It is the Summer Daze 3-piece brush set. It is curated for a festival look. It is a small contouring brush to sculpt and define your cheekbones, a shader brush to pat base and glitter, and then a large shader brush for blending out an eye look. This is not typically what I will take for contour. I actually really like this shade to highlight, so I'm going to be using that to highlight the face today. For highlighter today, I am so excited. We got the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in a box a very long time ago. I have like 4 of them at this point because I'm obsessed, but there is a new limited edition shade in the box this month. This is the Diamond Glow Powder Natural Vegan Cruelty-Free Loose Powder Highlight. This stuff is magical and it retails for $27. Also, the brush trio was $28. Mine is in the shade Summer Haze. So what I'm going to do, just like, and I'm very familiar with this product before, instead of using the actual product, I'm going to go right into the cap and just pull whatever is loose in there. Tap off the excess, and we're just going to go right onto the cheek and brow area. Now, a little bit goes a long way. This is obviously a very subtle glow, but you can absolutely build these powders up, and they will become the most beautiful, blinding glow you have ever seen. Now, if that is enough for you, you can obviously stop there. With me, it's never enough. So I'm just going to layer up a quick mini 3rd layer. Now this is a really pretty like pinky champagne tone. Like this is a gorgeous for like a blush topper. I'm gonna grab my normal highlighting brush just because I do want to show you guys what this does with a brush I'm used to. And that is just precision blinding. I can tell you right now this product is a hit for me. Again, I have like 4 or 5 of these and they are beautiful and I wear them very frequently. So the highlighter is a hit. So far I actually do really like this brush. I don't know if I would like it for blush, but for just like blending out some highlight on the top of the cheekbone, very soft, very well made. I'm a fan of this brush. We'll see how the other 2 work with the next item out of the box. So retailing for $36, this is the Pure Festival Vibe palette. It is a 12 shadow pigment palette. It's actually only 10. These 2 are pressed glitters. Unleash the ultimate festival vibes with a limited edition 12 pressed pigment that is complete with bold, imaginative pigments. From boho-inspired metallic to eye-catching glitters, cruelty-free shades are infused with skin-loving ingredients. Again, this retails for $36, and I'll be using this with the remaining 2 brushes for my eye look today. I think I'm going to do like soft and neutral, but like very boldy pink glitter. No, I'm going to do gold. I'm going to do the gold glitter. I always jump into the pinks, and I'm not going to do that today. So I am going to start with a fluffy crease brush just because I do feel like this is going to be good for like a crease shader brush, and this is going to be great for my lid shade, but I do want to use this as my transition brush, and I'm going to take the shade Epic right here, and I'm going to tap. Right off the bat, there is a lot of kick up in the pan, but you do get a lot of pigment on the brush. So there's a lot of pigment to these shades. Well, this shade, it does go on nicely, and it does blend out. I'm not having any patchiness. I am going to tell you that this is definitely a softer formula than the previous Pure palettes. Those ones were a little bit rougher and a little more like sandy, I guess is the best way to put it. I'm not getting any of that with this today. But again, like there is a lot of kick up there. If that's something you have an issue with, like I dipped in twice and that pan is already pretty abused looking. Not the end of the world, but definitely something to think about if you are, you know, harder with your brushes, but be very gentle. I'm gonna take a little bit of Wild Child, the pink, and very gently take a tiny bit of that, and I'm just gonna dust that in my upper crease just to add a little bit of the pink. So with this shade, a little goes a long way. I can tell you right now that this is gonna build up very nicely if you want like an intense pink moment. I'm gonna be completely honest and say that that is not my vibe today, but it does happen. Switching to the crease brush from the Luxie brush set, I'm gonna take Hidden Desert right here, and I'm going to gently pick up a little bit of this, and I'm going to pull that to the outer portion of my lid. So this brush right away is a little bit firm for what I normally like for an eyeshadow brush. That being said, I feel like this would be a really nice under eye concealer brush just for like patting down here, or because it's firm, I'm gonna see how this works on the lower lash line. Before I do that, I'm gonna grab the next item out of the box. From StarLooks, this is the Ultra Gem Longwear Eye Pencil. Retails for $19. We have gotten these liners before, but mine was black. This one is a really pretty, it looks like a green iridescent. Yeah, this is a really pretty, I don't know if you can see it. It is a subtle, like, green shimmer. I was originally going to put this on the lower lash line, but I think instead I'm going to use it to highlight, because something like this on the inner corner is going to be a really nice base. So instead, I'm just going to take this and take those same shades we used above and just begin to smoke out the lower lash line. We have found a purpose. So I did have a pencil brush handy in case I needed it, but this is so firm and picks up just the right amount of product that I think this is a home run for a nice brush for the waterline. I'm gonna take a little bit of All Night, which is the really deep neutral brown, and I'm gonna take a tiny bit of this on the very outside of the lower lash line, and I'm actually gonna connect it gently to the upper lid just to add a little bit more depth and smokiness to the eye. So at this point, I'm going to take the flat shader brush and I'm gonna use the shade, what do I wanna do? I'm gonna take Psychedelic right here, and I'm just going to load that up on my brush. I do always wet my shimmer shades, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of Fix Plus, just because I do want to give it all a fair chance. So right away, I'm really enjoying the shape of this brush. With a lot of lid shade brushes, they tend to be a little on the large side, so it becomes difficult to get a nice smooth application or get really tight into the inner corner. But this is really getting there. And it's nice and long, but the bristles are quite firm. So you can really move around that product and buff it in and really let the bristles do the work for you. Now that that shade is on, I'm just going to blend out the crease and re-intensify that outer corner a tad before we try out one of the pressed glitters. So I'm gonna use my finger for the 24 karat Magic Glitter shade. This is a very pretty, very metallic gold glitter. And I'm gonna try this without a primer just to see how well it sticks down. Typically with a pressed glitter, I do like using a glitter primer. I like to use the e.l.f. glitter base or the Too Faced glitter base or the NYX glitter base. They all kind of work the same, to be completely honest. But for today, I'm gonna see if it presses in nicely just because, let's see, ease of access. So this is one of the weirdest pressed glitters I have ever used. Pressing and patting doesn't really do much. But if you gently swipe, it applies almost like an eyeshadow and gives you a more opaque pigmentation. There is definitely a little bit of fallout. Like, this side has none. This side has a little bit, probably because I was talking while I was trying to do it, but nothing you can't brush away with a little brush. Wow, that glitter is intense. All right, I'm gonna go throw a little bit of liner in the waterline, throw on some mascara, and I will be right back for the last 2 items in the box. Okay, so mascara and liner is on. I did decide to skip lashes today just because I was having a really good lash day. So I am quite happy with how that looks. I am gonna take a little bit of Fix Plus just to set down the eyes, just because I do find that when I use a pressed glitter like this, giving a nice spritz of something hydrating just kind of locks everything in place and helps to prevent any more fallout from happening. I did also just notice in the box that the Pure palette came with a sample of the Get a Grip eyeshadow primer. I'm going to be completely honest, I don't typically like eyeshadow primers. I pretty much exclusively use my MAC Paint Pot because it's the only thing I found that works for me. So I'm not going to rock the boat with that. But if you're interested, you can more than welcome to try it out with your palette. So now I'm going to grab that liner we spoke about, and I'm going to use this just to add a little bit of glow to my brow bone and inner corner. So on its own, this doesn't do too much, but I am going to grab a little bit more of that Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder, and I'm going to press this on top. Much better. So as a base for a highlighter, it is quite nice, but honestly, I don't think the liner has enough concentrated pigment in it or shimmer particles to where it's really going to be anything more than what it is here, and I had to layer stuff on top of it. So as it is right now, the liner is a miss for me. Like even on my hand, I don't know if you guys can see it, but not super opaque, very like minty green. Yeah, that's a pass from me. And the last item out of the box, this is from Appeal Cosmetics. It is the Holographic Lip Gloss. Mine is in the shade Trendsetter. Deliver intense holographic shine to your lips with this Appeal Cosmetics exclusive launch. The holographic shine works well or alone on top of your favorite lipstick to give you a multi-dimensional argan oil infused shine. So this is the shade right here. It looks like it has like green and purple and pink iridescence. I thought I had removed all of the things that would stop me from trying everything on, and I missed a sticker. All right, so we're gonna try that again. I did put on a little bit of Jeffree Star Cosmetics Mannequin just because that is my favorite like nude base to see the color of a gloss. So this does layer up very quickly. The applicator is not my favorite. It is a little bit scratchy, but the color is really pretty. It does kind of help with that whole galaxy unicorn festival vibe. It does feel very nourishing on the lips. It does not feel sticky at all. And I do think, what the hell is wrong with me? I do think that it does kind of tie in the whole festival glow kind of vibe very well, but I'm not mad at it. So quick rundown on everything in the box. The palette is really nice, and it is the best formula from a Pure palette that I think we've gotten in Boxy. The first one we got, the Soiree Diaries, these ones were a little bit on the chalky side, and I mean, they had pigment, but once you blended them out, they were a little on the patchy side. The summer palette from last year was a huge step in the right direction. I think that this palette really set the tone for what I expected, and I was very pleasantly surprised. The third, which was the Masquerade palette, this one was my favorite by far because the shimmers in this palette just had really intense pigmentation and they just looked so nice. All in all, like, this is what Pure should always fight to be. And I actually think these shadows were a little bit softer and even more blendable than the Midnight palette. So I've definitely seen a progression, and I did notice online a lot of people were very like, we're sick and tired of Pure, stop sending us Pure. If they're going to send more like these two, keep it coming. These two didn't really do it for me. So definitely a step in the right direction. Definitely a great palette. The brushes are a huge hit. I don't think I'm going to use them for what they're intended for. This is not going to contour, but I will definitely use this for highlight. This is a beautiful lid shade, the only brush I'll use for its intended purpose. And this shader brush, which was designed for right here, is like gonna be my new favorite for just blending out anything and smudging it on the lower lash line. Obviously the highlighter is a huge hit and a standout product in the box for me. The gloss was okay, and the liner was definitely not my favorite. You will probably never see this again. So all in all, This box retailed for $131, and I did forget to mention, this is variation number 5. I'm going to say the thing I say in pretty much every BOXYCHARM video. The Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder is a $27 product. I am in love with this. Even if everything else sucked, this is still worth more than what the value of the box retails for. So for $21 to get a $27 highlighter, you are already making out. And, like, I loved the brushes. The palette you will be seeing more of. Even if I take out both of these products, you're still getting more than 3 to 4 times the value of the box in products you will love. Big shout out, as always, to the BOXYCHARM Beauties Facebook group, where you can always go in and swap out products you're not loving. Maybe you'll see a variation of something you like a little bit more, and you can always go on there and swap it out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to enter the giveaway, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!